Marriage anytime soon. So I love this question. So many about Matt. How did we meet? What does he do? Oh, dream job? Do you want to hear my dream job? Hello guys, welcome back to whoa. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Blair. Hello, welcome. I am in school to become a registered dietitian. A couple weeks ago, maybe like a week and a half ago, I put a little box on my Instagram stories and asked you guys to ask me some questions because I've never actually done a Q&A on my channel and I get a lot of the same questions, so I figured I would just answer them all in one video and then that would be it. Matt is going to join me when he gets home from work, but I'm gonna answer the questions about like my dietetic internship and just that kind of stuff. And then when he gets back, you guys had some questions on like how we met and what he does for a living and all that. So we'll answer that when he gets back. But I figured I would just start. You guys, I have a bunch of, you can see these, over 1,000 questions. So I'm not gonna be able to get to all of them, but thank you guys for asking them because I think these are so fun to watch. I love watching them on my favorite creators and I feel like it just like brings you closer to them. Where should we begin? Okay, a lot of them were about my dietitian, like my dietetics journey. So a little backstory is I graduated from the University of Missouri in 2015 with an undergraduate bachelor's degree in journalism and a minor in business. And with that, I wanted to pursue advertising. And I had gotten offered a job to work at Leo Burnett, which is a great advertising agency in Chicago. So I interned there my junior year going into my senior year, like that summer, got offered in September of my senior year. So I went through senior year being like, heck yes, I got my dream job. After I graduated, I moved back home to Chicago and started my job. And I was on the account side of advertising, which basically it's like the business side of it. So I would work with my creative team and then they would make commercials and websites for different brands and like any digital marketing, anything you see for the brand wanted, we would make for them. And then the creatives would send it to me and then I would send it to the clients. And then I was kind of like the liaison between the clients and the creatives. So that's a basic 101 in advertising, whatever. That's not the point of this. But the reason I left that is because I was working for a company, a massive consumer good company, and they were advertising unhealthy food, you know, not the healthiest food to kids. And we would do these like focus groups and all this stuff, and we would figure out why kids wanted to buy these said foods. They would say like, oh, the colorful packaging, or this location in the grocery store, like lower shelving, or this commercial, whatever. And it never set right with me that, you know, we were playing on these children's wants and desires to give them this not so great food for them. And it was all just for a major consumer business at the end of the day, making money. It was a business. Health was never obviously an aspect. And I loved all the people I worked with. That was actually why I stayed there for so long, was because I truly loved like all of the people I worked with at the agency. They were great and I'm still best friends with a couple of them. Agency life is so fun, so fun. But I had this like internal battle and I had always loved nutrition. That was another question, like when did I realize my passion for nutrition? My mom is in healthcare and my brother's a professional athlete, so health has always kind of been something that we came naturally, like we always ate our fruits and vegetables. That was never an issue. I'm not a picky eater. And I kind of fell into the role. I don't know how this happened, but a lot of my friends naturally would come to me for like product advice or like healthy eating things or like newest workouts. Like I felt like I was a place, like a bunch of just info, because I loved like finding the newest like products. Or like I would wander Whole Foods, and I still wander Whole Foods and Trader Joe's for like 2 hours at a time and just look at all the products. And I love like that whole realm of just the way of living and that whole thing. I had this like epiphany one day and I was like, I can do this for a living. Like I can help people and I can make people feel good and I can share my knowledge and share like what I love genuinely that I'm already doing, like without even being, you know, told to or compensated. Like it's not a job that I'm doing, it's like literally a hobby. Like I can make this a career. And so I remember it was like I think it was, yeah, Martin Luther King Day of 2018. Classes at the college that I was going to go to started on that Tuesday. So it was literally the day before classes started and my mom and I were like, screw it, let's go register for classes. So I literally registered for like Bio 101 and Chem 101 that day, registered, and then I had to call my bosses and be like, hey, I'm going back to school to become a dietitian. So Leo Burnett was great. They actually let me work part-time. And so I was still able to be in the office some days and then do school other days because I wasn't a full-time student at that point. I was only taking classes, I think, 2 days a week. So that was great. And then I decided to go completely full-time student August of 2018. So I did that for about 8 months, which was awesome. Leo Burnett, I have nothing but great things to say for them. They are a great company and I am so lucky that I was able to work there and like I met the people that I did and I just love them. So but yeah, that's why I decided to go back to school. And so that whole journey started in January 2018. So it has, you know, been like 2.5 years now. Wow, it really flies. I had to start from basic sciences because I was like a journalism major and a business major. I never took any sciences. So I literally had to start from like Bio 101, Chem 101, all the way up to like OChem, Biochem. So now I'm finishing my more specific nutrition classes. Oh my God, sorry, I just had a coughing fit. I'm not crying. So I am in my last semester of those classes. I'm only taking 3 classes. Then my last 3 classes. Then I will start my internship in January of 2021. And I am going through the University of Houston's dietetic internship program. They have a great 6-month program, which is awesome. It's super quick and it's just a great program. It is really competitive, but I'm so excited that I got in and I'm excited to get started in January. Obviously, like pending all this COVID stuff, all the dates are a little like temporary right now. Like we don't really know what's gonna happen. So hopefully everything works out and we can start in January. But I also saw a question where I was getting my master's. So when I first started my YouTube channel, I got accepted into the University of Illinois Chicago's coordinated program. So what that means is you're getting your DPD courses, so your dietetic courses, but at the same time, you're also getting a master's. So that's where that came in. And then because Matt he got promoted within his company to move down to Texas. So I moved with him because we'd been living together, I think, for 2 years at that point. And so I moved down here with him and I was able to transfer schools. But that is where that whole confusion of like, are you in your master's, you're not, what's happening with that? I am still getting my master's, but it's just not a coordinated program. So I think that's kind of a lot of everything. Okay, so another question is, what made you start a YouTube channel? So I love this question. So I have been watching YouTube for as long as I can remember. It has taught me so much about makeup, hair, just like girly things in general. I have been watching it, I mean, like 10, 15 years, I don't even know, like so long. I don't even know when YouTube came out, but I was on it. and I have my favorite creators that I love to watch. And I always wanted to make my own channel. Like that was something that it was like a dream for me. And I never really knew what I could offer. So I never really took the plunge to make one. I loved watching like the beauty gurus and all that, but like you guys have seen my makeup tutorials. I'm not a beauty guru. I try, but I know the bare minimum. Anyway, so when I went back to school, I was like, oh shit. I feel like there isn't this part of YouTube where it's like, I felt like YouTube was very, either you're all in clean eating, you're like, that's all you're doing, or like the holistic approach, or it was like you're competing in bikini competitions or like that kind of thing. And I felt like it was just 2 extremes. And And then I also saw that it was like the 10,000 calorie challenges. So you were either like eating clean on your meal, clean, I don't like using that word also, on your meal plan, or you were like binging at 10,000 calories. And I never felt like there was like a really good in between of how to live balanced, but also like from someone who is, you know, scientifically trained as a dietitian is. So the whole thing about dietitians, like they're different than nutritionists, whereas anyone can be a nutritionist. Like you can take like an online course and call yourself a nutritionist, but becoming a dietitian or registered dietitian is 4 years. You have to have an internship, like clinical rotations of like 1,400 plus hours of like clinical rotations. It's all science-based knowledge, and we're in the labs, we're doing all of that. It's not just like an online course and I'm not knocking that, I'm not at all, but I do believe that there obviously is value in clinical studies and actual science-based solid research. So when I knew I wanted to go back to school, I knew I wanted to do it the right way, and I wanted to become a registered dietitian. I wanted to be the top of the top. So that is why I decided to do that. But then I realized, you know, with YouTube, I have, like I said earlier, I'm already being asked, like from my friends, oh, what are your favorite things to get when you go to Trader Joe's? Or what are some meal ideas that I can make that are quick? Or like meal prep ideas? Or what are those leggings you're wearing? Stuff like that. And I was like, I'm just gonna make a channel because people are asking about it in my real life, and I love sharing anyway. So I literally took my iPhone one day, went like this, put it on my windowsill, and I just started recording. I didn't get an actual camera. I have a vlogging camera now. I have a Canon G7X Mark II now, but I didn't get this, I think it's only been a year since I've had this one, but I've had my YouTube, I think, for a little over 2 years. But like one of my videos, my Amazon legging video, which has almost 1 million views on it, that was filmed on my iPhone, like in front of natural light coming through a window. And that's why I always say also, don't wait. If you want to make a YouTube channel, make a YouTube channel. Like I swear to God, if you have something to offer, people will find you and people will benefit from the knowledge you have to share and like your piece. And I know it sounds weird. Like I always thought like who would care? But people do. And I swear like you will naturally grow. I have almost 48,000 of you guys right now. And like, I literally feel like we're friends because I know a lot of you now, and I feel like the ones who comment a lot or like DM me on Instagram, we have like full-on conversations. I love conversing over DMs with you guys, and a lot of them, you guys will say like, oh my God, thank you for responding. And I'm like, of course, like we're literally friends. It's crazy how this is like becoming what it is, and it's so fun for me, and I'm honestly taking it day by day. I hope you guys can tell like how much I love this job, and it doesn't feel like a job. It's so weird to call it that. And I also do have 2 other jobs, and I'm also a full-time student, so it's a lot, but honestly, like I make the effort, and like I love doing this, so it really doesn't feel like work. Yeah, I think that's what made you want to start a YouTube channel. I talk a lot. I'm sorry. If it's not making sense, I just get passionate. When I'm passionate about things, I just talk a lot, okay? And I talk with my hands. Okay, let's go on. What job do you have besides YouTube? So I work at a college with the athletes there. So I help out with the dietitians for the performance nutrition wing of the athletic department. So we work with football team, soccer team, like any teams that are practicing. Obviously it's weird right now with COVID, but we'll make like post-game fuel, post-practice fuel, like intro workout stuff, smoothies, snack bags for them if they're traveling. It's a bunch of stuff. It's really fun. And then my other one is I work at a gym. I work at F45, which is like a functional 45-minute training studio. And I love their workouts. It's actually the only workouts that I do. A couple questions I got were like, what are workouts that I do? And like my workout splits and all that stuff. I solely do F45, and their whole thing is they switch off between cardio and strength days every other day. So I'll do strength days 3 days a week, cardio 3 days a week, and then they have one hybrid day, which is like an hour long, both sessions. So that's all I really do. I love it. It's only 45 minutes. It's so effective, which is why I love it. And I also used to personal train back in Chicago, Like I used to do personal training, and so I know like moves to do in the gym, but there's something about just like walking into a gym and like someone just telling you what to do, 45 minutes in and out. It's a group setting too, which is so fun. Like I feel like everyone in our gym is like best friends. If you have an F45 by, you should try it out. They usually have free trials. You should Google it, see if they have one in your area. They started out in Australia and now they're global. So they have them literally everywhere. And then I'm a full-time student, and then I do YouTube. And YouTube on its own, like it'll probably take me like 9 to 10 hours to edit a video. Then you have to film it, then you have to plan the video, post it, and I'm on a posting schedule now of Sunday and Wednesday. I don't know if you guys have noticed. Some of you guys have, and you have thanked me about consistency, but I think like for the last month and a half to 2 months, I've been posting every Wednesday and Sunday. So twice a week uploads. We're trying, okay? So many about Matt. How do we meet? What does he do? Plan your meals to include certain foods or macros, or do you more intuitive eating? So I feel like I've done it all. Like I've tracked my meals before, and especially like becoming a dietitian, we love to do like 24-hour recalls and food diaries and that kind of thing. And it is helpful for us to see when you're beginning in like a journey with food and like working with a dietitian, just to see where you're at, like a benchmark. But I don't think it is the healthiest mentally to be, you know, attached to your phone typing in every single like grape that you have. I've seen if it works. I know it works for some people, but I'm saying for the majority of people, it can get a little consuming, and then their relationship with food isn't always the best. And so I intuitive eat. You know, when I'm hungry, I eat. If I'm not hungry, I don't eat. I have had my struggles with food before in the past, and I'm at a place where I view my body as eating good food because I want my body to feel good and perform at its best. I want to make it feel good from the inside out. Okay, so my camera, per usual, cut off because I talk too much, but I think that kind of sums up what I'm thinking, what I'm saying. I intuitive eat, that works for me. Do you want kiddos? I think I'll save that for Matt too to come. That'd be fun. How old am I? I just turned 27 in August. I'm a Leo. I feel like people think I might be younger, or do you think that's young? Is that what you guys thought? Let me know. Do you have any siblings? Yes, I have an older brother. His name is Jack. He is awesome. He's ginormous. He's like 6'9", 6'10". He plays professional basketball. My first video on my channel, go check it out. It's with him. And he was in the NBA for a couple of years. Now he's playing abroad. He's got cool stories. Check out that video. He's awesome. If you're watching this, Jack, I love you and I miss you. I haven't seen him in like over a year because he's in Japan now, and with COVID, I'm not able to go visit him. It sucks. Okay, I'm not gonna cry, I'm not gonna cry. Number one piece of advice to a college student trying to live on a balanced, healthy lifestyle. I think something that helped me in college is like frozen vegetables and fruits are your friend. Don't feel like because they're frozen that they're less than. They are actually like frozen at their peak ripeness. So a lot of the times frozen vegetables and just produce in general are amazing. Trader Joe's has great cheap vegetables, Costco in bulk, and they last longer. They're usually cheaper. Sticking to like basic carbs, maybe just get like go to like an Asian market or Costco and get a big bag of rice. That's a great carb source. Sweet potatoes are usually cheap. Potatoes in general, it's another great carb source. And then just basic proteins. Again, frozen proteins are just as good as fresh ones, and they last longer, which is huge because food waste is not an option in college. I get that. You don't want to be spending money on this good food if it's gonna go to waste. So frozen, you know, chicken breast, chicken thigh, salmon, beef, you know, whatever you want, ground turkey. Even you can buy it fresh, put it in the freezer. That's another great tip. Buying a lot in bulk when people have sales, like when grocery stores have sales, make sure to buy a lot and freeze. Drink a ton of water. Water for the most part is usually free, okay? It's something that a lot of people take for granted, especially in college with, you know, drinking or doing a lot of that. Hydration is key, okay? Those are some tips that I have. Don't be scared of frozen foods, okay? Favorite Netflix show? I'll wait for Matt after that too. Favorite book that is health/fitness based? I mean, all my textbooks. They're so fun to read because it's like what I like to read anyway. But I guess like one of the books I'm reading now, or I'm listening to it on Audible, is The 5 a.m. Club. If you know me, I am a huge morning person. I wake up super early. I love to watch the sunrise, get my day started before the sun is up. I think that's just something, it's hard to describe unless you've done it and experienced it. But The 5 a.m. Club, I forgot who it's by, but I'm about halfway through and it is a great read or listen. It's just about like the success rates of people who wake up early, and I mean, it just makes sense. Like you have more time in the day to do things. And I love it. It just starts my day off right. I know like in one of my last videos, my opening clip was very soothing, walking out to the sunrise with Herman. We watch it every morning. That's what I start my day with. It's just a way that I'm able to start my day off on the right foot, kind of ground myself, say what I'm thankful for, and just kind of put everything in perspective and reflect on how lucky I am with like everything that's going on. See, I literally get teary-eyed when I think about it. If I move to Houston in the near future, can we be friends? Yes. I saw you at Trader Joe's, but I was too scared to come up and say hi. Is that weird? No! I've met a couple of you before and it has always been phenomenal. I genuinely, when I say this, like I genuinely feel like we're friends. So it's just like, you love everything that I love everything that you love. Like we're friends. Like I feel like we have a lot in common. So definitely at Trader Joe's, I'm sure I was like in the zone. Cart was filled to the top. I was in the zone. So, but yes, if you see me, come say hi because I want to meet you guys. I love it. I genuinely love it. It's not weird. How tall are you? I'm 5'6", which is weird because my brother is 6'10". I mean, I'm happy that I'm not 6'10", but like, I don't know. How am I not taller? I know I'm like average. I'm average. People think I'm taller though. What is your dream job? Future RD to be. Oh, hi. Future RD to be, registered dietitian to be. This is such a tough question because I feel like my dream job is to do something with helping all of you guys on this platform, like continuing to grow this platform into like the amazing community that it is. And like my dream ever since I was little was to come out with a cookbook, and like I'm coming out with a cookbook. My last video I asked you guys and you seemed to be like really on board, so I'm so excited. That has always been a dream of mine. So like just making products and like genuinely using what I'm learning to directly help you guys. And I love the idea of like preventative medicine, using food as preventative medicine, and educating at a younger age so that all of you can carry those tips and tricks on throughout your life and then pass those on to younger generations. And I don't know, I just feel like with the internet these days and like traditional roles of RDs or just in any field are completely shifting, and I love that and it's so exciting. Love to continue on doing stuff and using this platform and just helping you guys and connecting the way that we are. And yeah, that is my goal. My dream would be to just continue that. And it would be really cool to like work for a brand that I love too. Like, oh wait, no. Dream job? Do you want to hear my dream job? The Trader Joe's like R&D team, like development team when they develop their products. Oh! Imagine if I could help them with that somehow. That's a dream job. I get a lot of comments saying like they should sponsor me, but like I just genuinely love them and I share them anyway. So that would be a dream job. Also like being on Food Network would be a dream job. Having a cookbook is something I've always wanted to do since I was a kid. We're doing that, so that's really exciting. Also working with like brands on just product development and recipe development. I think that would be so fun. I love developing recipes, as you guys can tell. Yeah, but just also growing this platform to see where it can take us. I don't know. I feel like we're a big old family and the sky's the limit. Would you ever record workout tips for building muscle? Like I kind of mentioned, I only do F45 workouts, so I do film some of my sets on my Instagram. If you follow me on Instagram, I put them on my story. I also have like Instagram highlights of just like workout stuff. I can do more of that, but like I genuinely just work out at F45 and I try to record things that I know a lot of gyms have and you guys could recreate if you have like a gym or something. So those are the sets that I try to record. If you like that, make sure to follow me on Insta so I know. What did I want to be when I grew up? Oh, this is a cute one. I wanted to be so many things. I wanted to be a vet because I love animals. I wanted to be a plastic surgeon, but to help people in needs, or help people with like cleft palates and that kind of surgery, reconstructive surgery. Not as much cosmetic. I really wanted to help with like genuine needs. And I've always wanted to help people. I think that's something to say. I've always wanted to help people. That has been a dream of mine, and I'm so lucky right now to be able to do that. I also I love the Food Network. I've always loved the Food Network. I would love to be on the Food Network one day. That was a goal of mine. Like I said, making a cookbook was always something I wanted to do. So I collect cookbooks here too. But yeah, those are some of the things I wanted to do when I was little. 2020 has been a hard year, but what has been your favorite part? Oh, Matt and I were actually just talking about this. Matt and I have been dating for 6 years. In October, it'll be 6 years. And quarantine was so great for us. Like it truly, like we spent every day together, but it truly just like made us realize like how much we love each other and like genuinely care about each other and how like partners, and he is so supportive of everything that I do. We're shooting like a behind the scenes of making a cookbook. So like so you'll see him, he's getting so into it. Like it's so cute. He's helping me with all the recipes and like styling the food and the lighting and all that. That is my favorite part. It's just like growing closer to Matt and really seeing our relationship for how good and solid it really is, and just how blessed we are for that. A lot of these are what I'm gonna answer with Matt. How many days a week do you work out? I probably work out ideally 5 days a week, but like I said, it's at F45, so I just do like usually 3 cardio days, 2 strength days. I never work out on Sundays ever. Like I can't remember the last time I ever worked out on a Sunday, unless I was forced to. Yeah, I always rest Sunday. And then like if I'm ever feeling sore or anything, like I rest. Like I actually haven't worked out in probably 3 days because I've been having some back issues. I'm actually getting a massage today, but I tweaked my back playing volleyball in high school, like way back when. And ever since then, it randomly just like flares up and I just have to take some time off, which is okay. You're not gonna lose all your gains or whatever in a couple weeks even. So if your body needs rest, rest it, okay? It's okay to rest. What do you like the most about Texas? I'll wait for Matt for that too. Where are you originally from? What's your story? I'm originally from the Chicagoland area. I grew up in a north suburb there. And then I went to school for my undergrad in Missouri at the University of Missouri. And I graduated with a journalism degree, like I said. And then I moved back to Chicago and I lived downtown for the past 5 years. So I lived in like Old Town area. So fun, miss it so much. But now we're in Texas. I've been in Texas for about a year now. So that is where I'm from, what's my story. I kind of touched on my upbringing and how I got to where I am. So I think that's kind of it. When are we getting engaged? I'm gonna wait for Matt on that one too. What does a typical day of school work look like for you? This is interesting. I wake up around like 5:45, 6 a.m. just naturally, like I said, my body wakes up naturally. I go watch the sunrise. I come in, I chug a bunch of water, I walk Herman, and then I'll either go to my gym job, so my gym that I work at, or the dietetics job that I do. I'll go to either one of those. Usually the dietetics in the morning, and then I do the dietetics one twice a week, and then my gym one I work out every day. So if I'm not working at the dietetics one, then I'll work out in the morning, then I'll come home, shower, eat lunch, and go back to work in the evening time. And during the day, I'll be doing schoolwork or following up with things I have to do at the gym. In between there, somehow I film videos, and then I also edit them and I post them. And I also shoot content for Instagram, and I do a lot of reels now, like IGTV and reels. So I film those in there too. My life is crazy. A lot of my friends here, they're like, how do you do it? Like, how do you have time? I'm like, you just do it. 5 TJ staples you can't live without. That's a good one. I'm actually, in my cookbook, I'm gonna feature like my Trader Joe's favorites in there. Random tips and tricks in there as well. So it's gonna be more than just like recipes. I just want it to be like a brain dump of everything that I've shared, just so it's all archived for you guys in one place. It's gonna have a lot of good information in there for you. So that is where that will be. Other hobbies or interests besides nutrition and fitness. Yes, so in Chicago, I used to be part of the Chicago French Bulldog Rescue. That's actually how I got little man Herman, but I was a volunteer for them. I fostered prior to Herman, and then I also fostered Herman, and then he was my foster fail because he's just perfect and I had to keep him. But I've always loved animals. That is one of my passions, is like helping animals. I actually have like food and water in the back of my car, so whenever I'm driving, there are a lot of stray dogs in Houston, so whenever I see them, I'll like leave them some food and some water. I don't ever get too close or anything. I leave them a little bit, make sure they eat it, like just watch from afar as they eat it, and then pick it up and go. But yeah, I've just always had a sweet spot for animals and little puppies and rescuing and all that stuff. So that's one of my hobbies. I also love just reading. Like I'm a very introverted person, and I know that's weird because I share my life on the internet, but if you think about it, like when I'm filming these, like I'm alone. Like there's no one here. I'm alone when I'm filming these. So I am a very conservative person. Like I keep to myself a lot. So I love to spend my time reading, just cuddling with Herman, reading a good book. I love continuing education books. Like I love just learning. That's another thing that helped me go back to school. I wanted to learn something new and something that I cared about, like that I wanted to learn about. That's another thing. Like you have to find your passion and you have to just go for it and keep going. And people will be like, you're crazy. Like when I left my job, it was like one of the best agencies in the country. People were like, you're insane for leaving that. And I'm just like, I know, but like I'm not happy. And it was tough. And I was lucky to have a good support system in my life too to help me with that. But I don't know how that segued, but reading, helping dogs, also making people laugh. That's a hobby of mine. It's just like laughing. I'm very goofy, and because I'm so introverted, it takes a while sometimes for people to see that side of me. But I feel like when I'm on YouTube, I'm alone and I feel like we're all friends. So I'm comfortable like making jokes or like being my weird self. But pizza with or without pineapple, all the above. All the above. Something about me is I'm not a picky eater at all. I will try anything. Like I will literally try anything. And I just think food can be so fun and such an experience. Like food genuinely gets me excited, and it is something that I love to do. Like cooking is such a passion of mine. I guess that's a hobby, but I guess that's kind of nutrition related. That's a huge hobby of mine, but I kind of bundled that with nutrition in a way. Either way, I've been cooking for as long as I can remember too. Like my mom is Italian. We grew up cooking in the kitchen. I love cooking. And I love good tasting food. So the fact that I'm able to make it like a little healthier, but still taste good, that's the goal. I love pizza with pineapple. I love it without pineapple. I love it. Like literally anything at it, like it's pizza at the end of the day. Like I've never had bad pizza. There's pizzas that I like more than others, like Chicago deep dish, chef's kiss. Go to Starbucks order. I don't really go to Starbucks. I don't really buy coffee. I make it here. I genuinely like iced coffee, like just black iced coffee with a little almond milk and a couple drops of stevia. Like that's my favorite. I'm gonna get cut off again. Hey, hi, Leah. Obviously, Matt is here now. Matt is here now, so we're gonna answer the rest of the questions that I didn't answer in the first part because it'd just be more fun and make more sense for Matt to join me. How long have we been together, Matthew?
6 years next month.
In like 18 days.
Yeah, 6
Yeah.
years, almost 6 years.
Yeah, we're going on 6 years. And how did we meet?
First time or?
We met each other because we had mutual friends freshman year of college. We went to the same college together, the University of Missouri. MIZ.
COU.
And we had mutual friends freshman year, so we met freshman year, but we didn't start dating. Herman starts walking the moment I start talking. We didn't start dating until junior year. But we met because we worked at the same bar. We were both bartenders. I did bottle service too. He was a bartender, and we also were waiters and waitresses. And you know, flirt game was strong.
Yep.
And that's basically
Yeah, we met. We
Yeah.
got put on the schedule at the same time.
Yeah.
Several times.
And Matt would always, so the bar we worked at was like different levels. It was a patio bar. So Matt would be working at like one bar and I'd be working at another bar. And he would always come down.
The ice machine was only on one level. So I would get way more ice than I needed, way more often than I needed. Because she was always working on the floor with the ice machine. And I wasn't.
Oh, he's so cute. Okay, how old are you? I already answered this.
13.
Yeah, all right. Things you miss most about pre-COVID life.
Not wearing a mask at the gym.
Oh yeah.
Not wearing a mask at all because I always forget it when I walk out of my car. Or when I get out of my car to go somewhere.
Also, I feel like just tensions are high.
Yeah.
Like all the time.
Not knowing if someone's okay with a handshake or a fist bump or like.
Yeah, I got
Like
elbow.
I hate, like with my job, I meet people like every day, and it's like so awkward every single time because whatever you do, like if you go in for like the COVID elbow, they inevitably like go for the handshake or vice versa or the fist bump,
Yeah.
and it's just like awkward to try to read people.
But then also obviously like family. Like neither one of us are from Texas. Our families are in different states.
Yeah.
So like being able to just like go see your family.
All of our travel plans for the
Yeah,
summer got scrapped.
that's
like
been really hard.
6 weddings, so now all 6 or 7 of those weddings are gonna
Yeah.
get pushed to next year. So next year's gonna be like
Crazy.
wild with weddings and
Yeah.
travel, none of which are gonna be in Texas. So
Yeah. So
that'll be
mostly
fun and
like,
expensive. And
yeah, mostly like traveling and seeing our family and friends. But then, okay, also just like the little things like wearing a mask and all that kind of stuff. What do you do for work, Matthew?
I'm a sales consultant for a medical device company.
So he does medical sales. Do you consider me a tomboy or a girly girl?
A girly girl.
Really?
Listen to yourself. What? Why?
I've like always played sports and stuff though.
So?
I'm not a girly girl.
You kinda are.
I'm a mixture. I'm a good mixture.
Okay.
You have to
You're
say-
athletic.
Yeah. Okay, I don't like that question.
You don't like that answer.
What do we like most about Texas?
A lot. I like that in the winter it doesn't get below like 40 degrees, so I never have to wear more than like a quarter zip and shorts. And I don't have to dress like an Eskimo to walk the dog.
Yeah. But then on the flip side, it's humid
True.
majority of the time, which that's insane.
Pool season's way longer.
There is a pool season.
There is a pool season.
Yeah.
The people are a little nicer. I don't want to
I feel like
ruffle
that's
feathers,
with
but
any big city. Like random people you meet are nicer here. Obviously we have nice friends and family and where we're from, in like Chicago, St. Louis, but like the random people that you meet here, like passing by casually, they'll like say hi and like wave. They're just nicer. That's like the Southern hospitality.
yeah, Southern hospitality is definitely a thing.
People say y'all. Now I say y'all. Marriage anytime soon. I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
Your guess is as good as mine.
Yeah.
Guess what my dream job is?
Professional dolphin polisher. No?
How did you think of that so fast? That's
Not it?
No. I said it like earlier in the video, so I think it'll be funny.
In the video?
Yeah, you
Oh,
were
not
here,
today.
Yeah.
The plastic surgeon?
No, my dream job. Like now. Not when I was little. I wanted to be a plastic surgeon when I was little. Like what if I could do anything right now in the world? What would I
Trader Joe's, or like a menu. I don't know the word for it, but the
Yeah.
nutritionist who helps consult for like menus and grocery
like Trader Joe's like products and that
product
stuff.
development.
Yeah, like that thing.
Oh yeah, okay.
Or like Food Network.
Yeah, I got there.
Yeah, you did.
I was right technically twice.
What did Matt think when you told him you were on YouTube? Because that's actually well phrased because I didn't tell anyone for a while because it was just something for fun that I was doing. And it wasn't that I was hiding it. I don't know. Like, and
I
then
think I found it before you told me.
really,
Oh, wait.
I think I told you.
No, I think I found it.
Huh? I don't know. What did you think?
I can't remember.
What did you think when you found it or
I-
found out what I'm doing? What do you think of me doing YouTube? Let's just say that.
Well, at first I thought it was a little weird. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But then when I found out like what your channel is about, how much you like doing it. I'm like way more on board, obviously. That's the reason I'm sitting here.
Yeah.
But I didn't know, like when you first started, I was like, oh god.
But what do you think of it now that like where my channel's at and like where we're heading? And...
Oh, I think it's awesome now. But not just because it's bigger, but because like, well, you told me, you were like, it makes me happy, and it's like nutrition based.
It genuinely makes me happy, and if you could ask like any of my friends, like I said earlier in the video before I started, I would already be like the friend that a bunch of my friends would come to for like advice on certain products or like food or like whatever. And it's just because like when I like something, I just find out everything about it. And so it just made sense for me to make a YouTube channel to like share that, and it just kind of took off. What did we major in during undergrad? I already said mine.
A bachelor's in health science.
These are all really nice questions. A lot of them are just repetitive. They're super nice. All you guys are very, very kind.
So nice.
Favorite Netflix show?
Oh, shit.
I just got so excited.
Netflix show. Well, do we just like go through the list?
Well, okay, so right now we're watching Yellowstone.
Watching Yellowstone.
But that's not on Netflix.
True. We watched White Lines.
Well, yeah, that was good if you're into like...
We watched...
just, yeah. That's
Ozark. We watched...
Oh, we love Ozark.
Peaky Blinders.
Love Peaky.
We watch a lot of... Well, we haven't lately, but we used to watch a lot of stand-up.
Yeah. How to Get Away with... No, Murder. What was the murder one? They would like interview serial killers.
Oh, Mindhunter.
Mindhunter.
We watched some docu-series like The Devil Next Door, and we kind of got into The Last Dance.
Yeah.
And we're watching The League. Most of the stuff we watch is funny.
Yeah, we're just funny people.
Most of the movies we watch are like throwback.
Like slapstick funny.
Like
Dumb
Step
and Dumber.
Brothers, Superbad era, or like 80s, like Christmas Vacation.
Yeah.
Caddyshack, favorite movie.
Yeah.
Probably.
I don't know. I always say my favorite movie was like Step Brothers, or I really like Step Brothers. It's a good quotable movie. Yeah. Pam. All right. Do you want kiddos?
Yes.
Yeah, we want kids.
Adult or not adult?
Human. We have this gremlin child right now, Hermone. People also want to know how he was doing. He is. We're still in the process of doing like ultrasounds and like aspirating his lymph nodes and surgeries and stuff. So nothing is really set in stone yet. We're just kind of in like this weird limbo of where we're figuring out what. We're kind of like waiting for results, waiting for appointments, that kind of thing. But yeah, we want kids. I think Herman would be so great with kids. I just think he'd be so cute because he likes to cuddle with everyone and like put his head on people, and I think it'd just be so cute. Are you married, engaged? No. Oh, when did we move in together? 3 years ago from this month.
This month?
September.
Was it?
Yeah. I have a picture that says, "Hey roomie."
Okay. Alright, 3 years ago.
3 years ago from today, we moved in together, but we've been dating for 6 years basically from today. So
I was in Chicago.
yeah, we lived together in Chicago in like Old Town area. Love Chicago. I'm so glad we lived there for like the time that we did. It was a good experience. Can you share how you air fry your cauliflower gnocchi? I actually just posted that in my last video, my full day of eating. So make sure to check that out. But I show you in depth the perfect way to do it.
I show you.
I show you. Chef's kiss. Yeah. What's your favorite restaurant? Here.
Oh god.
In Houston, it's Wannabout.
Yeah, probably.
If you guys are in the Houston area, it's like dumplings. It's Szechuan Chinese.
So good.
Just really good dumpling, like Xiaolong Bao, and that's my favorite. But we just
it's
love
like family, not family style. It's like shared plates.
Yeah.
So you get a lot to choose from.
Yeah, we love our favorite like cuisine is any type of like Asian cuisine. So we love Thai, Vietnamese,
We have really good
Japanese.
Vietnamese, really good Szechuan Chinese.
Yeah.
Pretty good sushi around.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah. Oof, every time.
damn.
Yeah.
Favorite dessert? We're not okay. If we have to go out to dinner and if we're gonna get either like an appetizer or a dessert, we're gonna get an appetizer over dessert. We're not like I'd rather eat like savory food than sweet food. I think we're the same way on that.
Yeah.
But I mean, but I do love ice cream. I love ice cream.
Anything chocolate, peanut butter,
Yeah.
or any kind of cheesecake.
Or Shipley's donuts.
Oh, Shipley's donuts.
Called out. You can only have one food, meal forever, what would it be? You've answered this.
I know. Beef stew, because it just makes sense. It's got vegetables, meat. It's like,
That's his last, or if you could eat that forever.
If I could eat that, if I had to pick one food to eat forever, it'd be beef
Meal.
stew.
Yeah.
If I had to say my favorite food that I would eat like for any meal, or is that a different
If you can have
question?
like your favorite dinner right now tonight, what would it be?
Oh god. I don't know. I can always eat like fried rice, like beef fried
Yeah,
rice.
mine would be tom yum soup with
Uh,
shrimp and medium spice.
or just like a bone-in ribeye
Yeah.
and mac and cheese.
Yeah, mac and cheese is a good one. I love soup. Matt can attest to that too. We have really good pho around here too. Get up.
Yeah.
Pineapple with or without pizza? Wait, pizza.
Easy there, killer.
Pizza with or without pineapple? I already answered this.
What'd you say? With? Without?
Yes.
I don't know. We always got Hawaiian pizza growing up, so I don't mind it.
I literally said I'll eat pizza anyway.
That's what I thought. Yeah, I don't really care. We
I
were getting
mean-
Hawaiian pizzas growing up, so like,
Yeah.
I got kind of used to it. I don't think it's gross.
Yeah.
I do think barbecued chicken on pizza is stupid though.
But you still eat it. If it was the
If it
only
was like
pizza.
in the fridge, I'd eat it, but I'm not gonna order it.
Yeah. Matt and I are like not picky eaters at all. The only things he doesn't like are raw onion and octopus.
Oh,
I think that's gonna wrap it up for this video. Thank you guys for all your questions. Like I said, we had a ton. We weren't able to get to like all of them, I don't think. There were some that I couldn't get to in mine because my camera died. But if you like this kind of videos, let us know. Again, follow me on Instagram so that you can take part in these questionnaires. Next time, Herman's barking, so we have to really go. But like and subscribe so you never miss a video. And I think that's it.
I think that's it.
All right, I'll see you in the next one. I'm back.
Oh my god.
Bye. Yeah, thank you.